All right, there we go. I'm rolling. Okay, how's it going, everybody? I'm trying not to be too long. For those that usually watch my YouTube channel and those that usually watch the music channel, this really is not for you. This is for people that was in the military. Like I was in the Army. I was in the Army for over 20 years, and I retired. And I'm going to just basically this is just a reaction video to. There was a young lady that sit there and was giving extremely bad advice about getting yourself kicked out because she's got a quitter's mentality. Probably never had to work hard for anything in her life. That's the result of parents that spoiled her, and she thought she was going to join the Army and thought life was going to be easy, and to realize that you actually have to work. Even in the military, you actually got to earn to achieve. You got to earn it, and once you earn it, you achieve it, you're rewarded. But she's a quitter, and so she's telling other people how to quit, and what that does is, it's like any job. If you don't like the job, you know what a lot of people do? They quit. And people that quit will always quit. They'll always be quitters. And I use this one analogy. Imagine if Colin Powell, General Colin Powell, imagine if he quit after his first few years in the military. We would have never heard of General Colin Powell. He would have never reached to the rank of 4-star general if he quit. If he quit after being a second lieutenant, that would have been it. You would have never heard of General Colin Powell and a lot of his really great leadership books and stuff like that. He would never became Secretary of State, and he would have never been doing a lot of speeches and all that, and where the position that he is if he quit. That's anything in life. Imagine you're trying to be a singer and you're trying to get a music career, and all of a sudden, because you try to get a record deal and they know and they turn you down, and you just say, well, what, I got turned down, I'm just going to quit the music business. You'll never get to where you're going to get if you always quit. So what I'm saying with this is people that are looking at the military, if you join the Army, the best way to get out of the Army is to do your time, whatever it's 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 or 6 years. You do your enlistment contract, and if you just don't like it, if it's not for you, then you just say, you know what, I'm not going to re-enlist. You do your 4 years, whatever, and you get out, and that's it. At least you'll leave with an honorable discharge, because if you get kicked out, your GI Bill is gone. You forfeit your GI Bill. That means you can't use that money to go to school. I got my cybersecurity degree, and I didn't pay a dime for it. The same thing, my GI Bill paid 100% of my college. My VA loan got my house. I'm sitting in my garage, but my VA loan gave me the ability to get my house zero down with my VA loan. Compliments because I have an honorable discharge. I'm a veteran. I'm retired. And because I decided to do 20 years, I get a retirement check for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life. My retirement hits my bank account every month. So what I'm saying with all this is, I would have never gotten that if I quit. If I got chaptered out, you lose all that. Educational benefits and everything else. You lose a lot of benefits if you quit. On top of that, you think just if someone get kicked out of the military, you don't think it's just going to be like, oh, I get kicked out, that's easy. No, you're going to get negative paperwork to go with it. They're going to, it's not going to be like, oh, we're just, you don't want to be anymore. We're just, you can quit and get out. No, you're going to get paperwork. And that paperwork is going to follow you for the rest of your life. It doesn't go away. That paperwork follows you for the rest of your life. Most of the time, you malingering, or they chap you out for some sort of misconduct, or because, malingering, trying to fake being a psycho, failure to, or whatever, I'm just not going to do PT anymore, or whatever, and you get checked, you're not getting no clean, honorable discharge. They're not going to give you that, because they know who would. So anyhow, to make a long story short, I'm making this video to tell people that is bad advice. You get kicked out, you're going to get paperwork, and the people are going to look at that paperwork, employers, especially if you're trying to get a job, post office, federal job, police department, EMT, fire department, a lot of military friendly employer companies going to want to look at your D214, and You can't hide that you weren't in the military because they're going to run your background. And when you run your background, it's going to show that you served in the military. And they're going to wonder why you only did 18 months or 17 months or 9 months or whatever. They're going to wonder why you served for such a short amount of time, because everyone knows the most common time for the military is a minimum 2 to 4 years. They can say, okay, this person did 3 years and 2 months. They're like, that's a weird number. No one gets out with 3 years and 2 months unless they got kicked out. And then they're like, why did that person get kicked out? And they're gonna run the background. They're gonna look at your, and you know, they're gonna get your. They can get a copy of the DD-14 now. It's too easy to get a copy of that. In case you don't want to give up your DD-214, or you decide you're gonna fake your DD-214, they can get a copy of the DD-14, or they can get a copy of your service record. They're gonna be able to tell, and it's gonna tell the whole picture. So, you know, oh, this person, oh, they fake being a, you know, crazy, or they purposely got pregnant, or they purposely refused to train, or whatever the situation. Oh, that's what it's gonna, and it's gonna tell a whole lot about your character. And you think someone's gonna want to hire you with that kind of character? No. So that's the worst advice. The best advice to get out of the military is just to do your time. Once you do your time, whether it's 2, 3, 4 years, and just don't re-enlist. Get out. You'll get an honorable discharge. Your DD-214 will have the right codes on it, and you can move on about your life, and you go on. Now you can use your GI Bill to go to school, or whatever case. You can get a VA loan to get a house and all that other stuff with an honorable discharge. You're not going to get an honorable discharge if you get kicked out. You're not. Sometimes it might be a general under honorable, and general under honorable, you lose a lot of benefits, like your GI Bill. But you know, if you or it might be less than honorable, especially if you get busted for malingering, like, you know, refusing to, you know, do PT. That's or just abusing the sick call, or the mental, physical, whatever the case. You're gonna abuse that. They're gonna give you less than honorable, because trust me, you get less than honorable, you're gonna get some codes. And employers, especially the federal agencies, let's say you want to work for the DEA or FBI or whatever, they're gonna look at your DD-214 and, oh no, we're not hiring this person. Nope, not gonna happen. So you better think about that. That is the worst advice ever. So once again, this is for people that this is not a music video. This is a reaction to a video I saw on YouTube because I served in the Army. That is bad advice. I tell anyone that you know, do not listen to her. She gonna get you hemmed up. You know, just because she don't have any values and trying to accomplish anything for herself, don't mean you should follow those same steps. Other than that, thanks for watching. Y'all have a great one.